Hello everybody, and thanks for checking out another Tim's Tech Corner video here on my YouTube channel. Today we are back over at BlueStacks and we're going to deal with the AmbiScience-Software line from TeslaSoftware. TeslaSoftware makes entrainment and brain related apps for both the iTunes Store and they also do it for the Google Play Store. You can find their website at TeslaSoftware.com, and you'll see that they're available on the App Store and Google Play. Now the offerings on the two stores are slightly different. They're not exactly identical. For example, the 300 is brand new and it's available at iTunes, but it's not yet on the Google Play Store. The 100 Beats and Tones is a iTunes offering also, as is Relaxophilia down here. Also the bundle packs tend to be on iTunes rather than Android. Android used to have music for users and the Android OS/I, which they don't even list the Android OS/I over here. And that's because it was not on the iTunes Store until recently. So their offerings do tend to be a little bit different between the iTunes Store and the Google Play Store. So let's go ahead and jump right back in. You'll might have remembered in some of my previous videos on the sound and relaxation and entrainment apps, I mentioned this line of software, but I wanted to pull them out and have a dedicated video to them because they're a bit involved and there's quite a few of them. Anytime you bring up an AmbiScience app on the Android OS, the iOS versions will be a little bit different than this, and actually the iOS versions have different UIs depending on which one you're looking at. They're slightly different. On Android devices, the UI is exactly the same on all apps. It did a really good job of unifying it. When you come up to any AmbiSci landing page, you'll come up to this screen where you can simply play the tracks that are available in that app. And these tracks will have none of the entrainment or the binaurals in it. It's just the music. Now the music in a lot of these is pretty solid to begin with, and most of them are fairly relaxing even without any background sounds. So you can set it to play, stop, pause it. You could set the volume. You could set a timer. You can have the app quit, and you can even have a little chime at the end of it. So maybe if you were using a power nap binaural, and you can have the application go off after say 40 minutes and then have it actually give you like a little bit of a chime to kind of wake you up. You can also set alarms in all of these and do your typical 9-10 minute snooze. So now let's jump into the meat of all of these on the Android operating system, and that is this presets button. Now you have entrainment over here, and if you look at it, it sort of reminds, if you're a guitar player, sort of reminds you of a foot pedal. But if you come over here to presets, this is the meat of all of the TeslaSoftware offerings on the Android OS, and same for the iOS also. This is where you're going to do the majority of your configuring. Now each of these on the Android OS will give you 4 options: the music track, the entrainment effect, sound 1 and sound 2. So the first thing you want to do is set the music that you want, and then they have, you know, just rain, waves, brown noise. Some of them will have pink noise also. So let's go with Vega Pulsar. And here under Effect, now this will be what's different on each of the applications you get. The 40+ one is pretty generic and covers a bunch of them. the first night that I used this particular application many years ago, I had gotten it, installed it, and went to the speaker version of Sleep. And believe it or not, self-fulfilling prophecy aside, I had a pretty good night's sleep with it. Some other times since, using the sleep-related one, sometimes it does tend to keep me awake a little bit, and I wind up shutting off the app and just going to bed without any sound. But here's an example of a setup for sleeping. So we have Night Thunder. The soundtrack is Vega Pulsar, and we have the speaker version of Sleep. Now, anytime you look in the list and see HP and SPK, that denotes whether or not you can use them under speakers or just headphones. In reality, to get the most out of this app, you want it on headphones, because a tone plays in the left ear and a sympathetic tone plays in the right ear, and when they meet in your brain, it's supposed to elicit a body response. This one over here is available for speakers, but there are some that are just for the headphones. And you'll hear a little bit of pop and hiss in the background. That is sometimes a problem with the AmbiSci apps. It happens more frequently for Ice Cream Sandwich and Jelly Bean due to code, or a piece of code called stage fright, that causes hops and skips. But actually the older gingerbread versions don't have this problem. Weird. Everything moves forward with Ice Cream Sandwich and Jelly Bean, but some of the sound apps have issues with this problem called stage fright. See, now once you've set your tones and your volumes and everything, so maybe you want to have the music up, the thunder up, but the night down. Once you have it set the way you like it, you can go to save, give it a name, and recall it at any time. And here's an example of one that I've saved before. You hit stop and hit play again, and now it converts to this headache one that I've done. I will say this about the entrainment. I believe this works if you use it the way that they intend it. I have, since 2008, fallen into this thing that I get about once a year. They're called cluster headaches, or otherwise known as suicide headaches. Usually, I get them for a month, and it'll happen maybe 24, 25 days out of 30. It's only 1 month. It happens once a year. They usually wake me up. They're intense. They're painful as hell. Over-the-counter drugs don't fix them. I don't take prescription meds for them. The headache version in AmbiSci 40 does a really good job of getting rid of the headaches for me. And I will say that it does work. So some user testimonial over here. It does a pretty solid job, because, you know, ibuprofen, aspirin, none of that will actually work for me. The other one that we're going to take a look at now is the Android Odyssey. This one originally was on Google Play before it was on iTunes. Now I believe it's available there. Again, as you can see, the landing page is just about the same. That's the same over here, the timer. So they've really unified the UI. And then when you go to presets, you'll have some more electronical related background music. And the offerings here are all of the brain related ones, like concentration. Surprisingly, they have power nap, but they don't have sleep. It's a little weird that they would go into the nap realm but not the sleep realm. So take a look at waves and chimes. And here's an example of power nap on Android Odyssey. Now in this one, the tone's a little strong, so I'm gonna drop the tone a bit. So there is Android OS.I. This one is brain power, similar to Android OS.I. This deals with the states of brain consciousness. And you've got the caffeine. This is also called the caffeine program, and some of their other offerings. You've got energy boost, focus, meditation, couple different relaxations, and this one has sleep. Go with, let's say, birds at night. And here's AmbiSci brain power using sleep. So let's take a look at a few others here before time runs out. And this is one of their newer offerings called pain and depression relief. This one is a very limited app. It has a few tracks. As you can see here, this is the amount of tracks that we have. And you have pain, depression, our old buddy sleep makes its return, and relaxation. Actually, let's leave the background sounds out on this one. So this is Time Heals and 10-minute pain. And now we're over here at PM, which is their pure meditation one. This is one of their older offerings. Some of the tracks on this one are really good. I liked Pearl. Let's go with Pearl. The light meditation. Let's take a listen to this. Pearl in this offering, to me, is one of their better tracks, I think, for sleep and relaxation. Just very nice swell, nice fade out from the crescendo there, that sound. I do like the pure meditation line quite a bit. And they're all named after stones over here. I think amber might have been another good one. I forget. So the tone's a little strong on this one. So there is AmbiSci's Pure Meditation. And let's take a look at the remaining one, which is another specific one like the pain and depression one. And this one is Pure Sleep. Some of the tracks have been used in others, but this one actually has quite a good variety, including a bunch of just straight up background noises. Let's take a look at, say, Joseph's Dream, Deep Sleep, Thunder, Wind, and here is Joseph's Dream, Deep Sleep, Thunder and Wind on AmbiSci's Pure Sleep. Say we'll jack up the thunder a little bit. Lower the music slightly, lower the tone. And there you go. There's another targeted AmbiSci app. One of the best ones to start off with, I believe, would be AmbiSci 40, as it gives you quite a good variety. And I happen to like the music in Android OS.I, so that would definitely be the second one I would try. And then I would pick up any of the ones that give you the specific tones that you were looking for, whether you're looking for the meditation over here, study help if you're a student, maybe want some concentration tones, or if you're looking to these for sleep. So I hope you enjoyed this video here on my channel for the AmbiSci related apps from TeslaSoftware. You can find them at TeslaSoftware.com. I'll also give iTunes and Android links in the description. Take care everybody, and hope you enjoyed the video.